what did Richard Nixon say when he was trying to explain that he wasn't the main raccoon from Animal Crossing?
He wasn't the main raccoon.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've never played it.
I am not a Nook.
Oh, is that the name of the main raccoon from Animal Crossing?
Well, that's not his whole name.
What's his whole? Okay, sorry.
His whole name is Tom Nook.
Oh, his name is Tom Nook.
His whole name is Tom Nook.
So he wasn't even related.
Yeah, he's not. What Nixon is trying to get across when he said that was, yeah, I'm not even Tom, but I'm neither Tom's nephews, Timmy or Tommy.
Yeah.
But he's not.
No, is it Tommy? I can't. I don't know.
He's not. He's not taking the fact that he is a raccoon off of the table.
Right.
No,
that's still.
He's not part of the Nook raccoons.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that was interesting. That it was just an interesting thing that I saw.
That is interesting.
Online. I went on YouTube and I found it. So.
You found that joke?
That's cool.
I found I mean, I guess it is a joke in a video, but I found the video and then the joke was inside the video.
Okay.
So yeah.
It was hidden inside the video.
Look at you.
Like most things, you find the video and then you're like, I always on YouTube, I find a video and I'm like, I wonder what's hidden inside here.
Right.
Cracking it open.
Yeah. And oftentimes there's spoilers in the title.
Yes.
That'll tell you what's in the video.
You're like, what?
You're like, I don't need those.
I wish I would have found that out by kind of opening the box that is the video.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like lots of times I would never be interested in watching the video if I didn't know some of what was inside the video.
It is tricky because sometimes it is a disappointing treasure box.
Right. You're saying
or you kind of are watching it and you're like, is there anything in here that's hidden?
Yeah.
Is there anything actually?
Did they tell me everything? This is a 10-minute video. Did they tell me everything in the title of the video?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, it does seem like you actually do have to watch the video and not just read the title.
Yeah.
Well, even if the title does spoils.
You have to keep them honest too, because if you get through the video and they haven't delivered on the promise, then you got to fire off a comment real quick.
Yeah. Fire off a comment, put a dislike, even though no one else will get to see the dislike.
True.
I think every video should just be called spoiler alert.
Yeah, that is kind of what I was thinking. I did add a little add-on, like a little thing you can, there's little add-ons you can make for your browser.
Right.
Yeah, an extension.
And it just prepends every title with spoiler alert.
It's good.
And so that has helped me be like, right, be careful reading.
Yeah. That kind of reminds me that has Jerry ever come up to you guys and said, we need to talk? And if so, what was that about? Caleb, what was?
He told me that he wanted to talk to me about how I should let him pay me for babysitting his wife and kids.
Okay.
Yeah, because but I told him, man, don't even worry about it because I love to spend that time with them, and that his wife has become much more respectful of me. So it seems like way less of a chore now that
it's easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that she's just fine with it.
She just
you
kind
don't
of
have to convince her.
I show up and she kind of just, you can see her demeanor shift and she just kind of joins the children.
Right.
For the evening.
Yeah. And Jerry, he needs you. Was there something happening that
he's going out of town.
Oh, he's going out of town.
He's going out of town. And so he needs someone to babysit.
Okay. To watch his wife.
I come over. Yeah. Yeah. And
she is a lot younger than him. So
yeah. Yep. Yeah. That's definitely
from his perspective. He's like, I don't know if I don't know if you're up to the task.
So there were some other people, like I think Larry David did it a few times as a favor that did not go well, as you might expect.
Yeah.
And then Newman, Wayne Knight, who did it once. Like mainly a lot of people from the show. Old friends from the show did it. And then I'm kind of the odd one out.
Yeah. Jay Leno, Jay Leno ever?
Jay Leno, I saw his name in the guest book, the babysitter guest book that they have.
Babysitters Club?
Yeah. And yeah, I'm one of the Seinfeld Babysitters Club. I'm like I think my name has the most entries.
Yeah.
Consistent entries. Wow. But anyway, so he was like, hey, let me pay you. And I said, no, this is just fun for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not looking at this as a way to make money or anything, but spend time with your family.
Yep.
That's really generous of you.
Yeah.
No, I don't really see it that way. It's generous of Jerry to share his family with me.
Yeah. Gabe, has Jerry ever needed to talk to you about something?
He asked me, he said, we need to talk, which doesn't really give you an out.
Yeah.
But he said that I need to stop name dropping, using his name to get tables at restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
I guess it had gotten back to him somehow that I've been doing that to get tables.
Yeah. And how does that work?
I just tell him that what I do is I tell him that I need a table. If I'm going out with my wife, I need a table for 3.
Right.
And it's us. And then I say, and the third person is Jerry Seinfeld. Right. So if it could be, the table in the corner by the window, like, you kind of get your pick of the place. And then it always just happens that, Jerry's running late. He's running late. He can't make it. We'll go ahead and order. Right. Okay. The starter's here. Yeah. He says he's on his way. The drinks are here. He's on his way. And then he just never shows.
Right.
So yeah. And that way my wife can put her purse on the chair too. So
that's nice. You get a little chair, a purse chair.
Yeah. You don't have to let it out of your sight.
Have you ever like one thing I would think of to kind of mix it up is to like order for Jerry and then eat some of his food really quick while the waiter's not watching and then go, Jerry was just here.
Yeah. I mean,
when he comes back,
we've definitely had to do that in dire situations. If we're out on like a Friday night and people are saying, well, we really need all of the tables to be, maxed out, full. Yeah. If you guys could be quick, doesn't look like he's coming. Yeah. You've been here for 2.5 hours.
Then you have to Mrs. Doubtfire it.
Yeah. Run it.
Yeah. Have you ever had to do that?
Change. Yeah. I mean, I maybe have had to do it, and I've been in that situation where I've had to do it, but I just haven't been able to do it.
You should have done it.
So you were like kicked out of the restaurant,
right?
And not welcome back.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. The only way out of the situation would be to do that.
Right.
To Mrs. Doubtfire, Jerry Seinfeld, and I go change into his clothes and put a wig on.
Yeah.
Get out the voice.
Yeah. One time, Jerry he said we need to talk, and he just wanted to chat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Today on the show, season 1, episode 4, male unbonding. Everybody loves Seinfeld. Loves Seinfeld. George, Jerry, Kramer, and Elaine with Gabe, Caleb, and Josh. Welcome to Everybody Loves Seinfeld. That's 1S, the podcast about Seinfeld for Seinfeld. Hi, Jerry. I'm your host, Josh, and I don't want to be a pirate. I'm joined by Caleb and Gabe.
Hi, I'm Caleb. Hi, Jerry.
Hi, Jerry. Hi, Jerry.
Guys, it's time for a quick quiz called By George. You each get 2 attempts. You can finish this quote by Jason Alexander. I loved working for
McDonald's.
It's 1 attempt. That's not correct.
Oh. 1 attempt. So we each get 1 attempt?
You each get 2.
Oh, we each get 2 attempts. I love working for Larry David.
Nope. And let me. You're in more of the right territory.
Well, because he did do a McDonald's commercial.
You're in more of the right territory.
Oh, wow.
The McDLT.
Yeah.
I loved working for KFC.
That is it.
Wow.
So,
because he was one of the colonels.
He was one of the colonels. He was an early colonel, like
an early colonel,
early 2000s, and then he reprised more recently.
Was that under his Jewish name or his Greek name?
It was definitely under his Greek name.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And also we have some more Seinfeld news again this week. And it turns out that once again, Michael Richards has glued his hand to a counter. Okay. It was a counter at a Sizzler. It was an abandoned Sizzler steakhouse. And he said he did it because he was protesting all of the media focus on Johnny Depp Amber Heard. He didn't feel like that was legitimate. He wanted the media to sort of refocus and start and go back to praising the Azov Battalion.
Right. Okay. And I get that. And you're doing Sizzler because it's sort of like what sizzles.
Yeah, I mean, it was that's
a sizzle reel of news.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So that's
he
what
didn't
we're
explain
seeing
that. Yeah, that's probably what he was thinking.
I don't know. I was trying to make the kind of fill in the gaps there because it seems like why choose a Sizzler?
I think because it was abandoned, so he knew that there would be space on the counter.
Yeah, that's true.
But then if it's abandoned, who even found out that he did it?
Well, remember the last time he did it was at his own home.
So that's true. This is a step up.
So
he's getting closer to the right territory of protest by.
It does kind of have to be public.
Yeah.
And if you're doing it in the privacy of your own home, it's not going to work.
It kind of just becomes a problem for you.
Yeah, right.
Just for you.
So
it's always a problem for you if you do that.
Well, and I would say that the causes that he's choosing are problems themselves.
Right. It's not a great thing to stand up for. I mean, honestly, it did seem like crazy that there was so much attention on that trial, but people want to have fun.
Yeah, it's true. People do want to have fun.
I watch all that dirty laundry being aired out in public, and I just think, at least everyone's having fun.
So, do you guys do that? Ever do that with your dirty laundry? Like in reality,
go air your dirty laundry.
Have you ever seen anyone do that? Like the only laundry I ever see outside is clean, I assume.
Yeah,
because it's on
or it's like on its way to be cleaned.
Right.
Like, somebody falls and they get mud on their pants.
Yeah.
They're going to go home and wash it, right?
Yeah, right, probably. Well, I wasn't just talking about clothes. I was talking about loose clothes. I wasn't exactly talking about clothes on a person. I don't exactly consider that laundry.
I was talking about clothes on a person.
I do consider that laundry. This is laundry.
So once you've spilled something on a shirt, you're airing your dirty laundry. If you're just wearing it around.
Okay. Now I get it.
Okay. That makes more sense because like you're saying, it feels like maybe that's part of the idea is you wouldn't do that, right?
Yeah.
So don't do it.
Yeah. You're going to go home and change that shirt right away.
Right. Yeah. Guys, it's time for our next segment. What's new, man? Parentheses with you guys. Close parentheses.
What's new? What's new? What's new with you guys?
Gabe?
You look terrified.
What's new, man, with you?
What's new, man, with you, Gabe?
Oh, well, I was pausing for the theme song.
Oh, yes. The theme. Okay. Well, okay. The themes are. Didn't you hear the theme already play? You idiot.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good week.
Mm-hmm.
I was at the food co-op earlier, and I was buying. I bought this drink that has alcohol in it, and this guy at the counter or the checkout. He saw, this guy's buying alcohol. You know what I bet he likes is alcohol. And so, as I was leaving, he said, "Hey, since you like alcohol, there's free alcohol there," because they were doing a tasting. This brewery or something was doing a tasting at the food co-op. And, I didn't really want to go do that.
Right.
It was really nice of him to let me know.
Yeah.
And so all I said was, "Oh, cool." And then I turned around and I walked out of the co-op, and I just felt really bad. So I feel like I needed to kind of confess that I didn't have any way of actually getting out of that situation. Mm-hmm. I didn't really want to go talk to people because I don't know anything about brewing cider or anything like that.
Cider,
which is
specifically.
There was cider and there was beer. Yeah, but I just don't really have enough to go on in a conversation like that, and I feel like that's kind of part of it. You're not just tasting you're not just getting free alcohol.
Right.
The exchanges that they get to talk to you about, which is fine, But
they're not expecting you to know a bunch about it. They're gonna want to tell you a bunch. You might have learned something.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess I've exposed my own insecurities in my intellectual ability because the thought of trying to carry on a conversation with somebody who's telling me about beer or cider, don't know. I don't know what I would do.
You
Yeah.
would just like shut down, you think? I think
Probably.
you okay. Yeah, maybe that was the wise choice. then.
I think turning and running was wisdom.
Oh, cool. Just leave.
Yep.
So this is a pretty big, forum here.
Right.
We've got an audience. Could you sort of address that guy specifically? And
Yeah.
Yeah, he's you know who you are. You
Not good
work
enough.
at the he
What's
works
his
at the
name?
co-op. I didn't catch his name.
you don't even so
Okay.
I think it was John.
you
I'm gonna
shunned
say
him?
John.
you shunned him and you don't even have the courtesy.
I'm sorry. I didn't catch his name. It's on his tag and I didn't look. Sometimes I don't look.
How
Okay.
when was the last time you yelled at a waiter?
I've never done that.
Okay. That's surprising.
Never
to me.
ever done that.
Hmm.
Unless it was to
Surprising to me.
say, "Great job. Keep it up."
Great job.
They serve you your food and you go,
Yeah.
"Great job!"
I see him bust a table and I'm like, "Keep up the good work." Or I guess I shout it.
Yeah, well, yeah,
So-
it's got to be yelling.
But I say that, but I'm yelling.
Right.
Okay. You don't want to yell.
No,
Okay.
No. I don't see a waiter doing a great job in here. So
That's a good point. That's a good point. For me, this week, what's Newman with me?
Sure.
I missed my my physical therapy appointment because we got a new bidet and it's doing almost too good of a job, if you know what I mean.
Mm. So you weren't able to go to physical therapy.
So-
What?
So you weren't able to go to
Yeah, I
physical
had to
therapy.
miss physical therapy because it was doing a very good. My bidet was doing a very good job.
Yeah. Such a good job that
Yeah.
you didn't need to go to physical therapy or that you weren't able to go.
it's kind of both.
Okay.
Yeah, it does feel so good that I've been having a hard time coming up with excuses to leave.
So you just haven't gone.
It's
your
honestly
physical
a
therapy.
testament to this podcast of
Mm.
how much I enjoy doing this
you
and
got out.
prize it that I did leave the bathroom just
We're
before
so
this.
honored.
Oh, thanks, Caleb.
Oh, we're so honored.
gee.
It's not really about you guys, it's kind of
Oh.
about me and about my bidet.
We're
and
so
how
thankful that
good
you
it
can
is.
Thanks.
that you can
Caleb.
take a pause to come hang out with us for an
Yeah.
hour. Whoa.
What's Newman with me is that I had to clean out because we're having a graduation party for my son. We had to clean out our backyard, which we'd been wanting to do for a long time, but apparently did need the potential of real shame in order to actually get it done. We lost an outbuilding back there, a shed.
Ugh.
So due to snow, so we had a bunch of stuff that we had to get rid of. Anyway, to do that, we had to go to the dump. I'm very familiar with the dump. And my wife was saying, I've never been to the dump. And she was dropping all these hints like, what's the dump like? And what kinds of things do they have there? And I said, well, you've been to a dump, right? She said, well, but it's been a long time and I don't remember.
Mm.
And so I said, okay, well, fine, we'll go to the dump. So we went to the dump and we came into sort of the vista of the dump opened up before us as we drove in. And she said, it's so beautiful. That was honestly what she said. She said it was beautiful to be in the dump and she loved to be at the dump. So I'm really glad I took my wife to the dump.
The dump is a place that it's unimaginable
Mm-hmm.
sometimes.
Yeah.
You go there and you just never know what you're gonna find. It's kind of like life is like a dump.
Yes.
Just never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah. Well, you're not supposed to take anything out of the dump.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. But I mean also like diseases or
Yeah.
Have you been doing that? Have you been taking stuff out of the dump?
well, when something strikes my fancy,
Yeah.
I might
Oh.
go I might say, oh, didn't mean to throw this away.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing that you are allowed to do, they try to stop you from doing it, but you can lick almost anything in the dump. There's nothing posted about that.
Nothing. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
it's weird. You'd think that they would have that up.
Yeah, but they don't.
Don't lick the manure.
They'll sort of run, like if you're licking a lot of things, they'll try to stop you.
Right. I actually one time, didn't you tell me that you got scooped up one time?
In the transfer station.
Yeah, you were in there licking away, and then a guy was like, a man came up to try to prevent you from licking, and you lashed out in such a way that you knocked him unconscious, and then the other guy ran over and got in what is it, an excavator?
I don't know what you call it. It's got a big,
Mouth,
scoop on it.
Scoop.
Yeah.
A mechanical scoop.
Yeah.
And it scooped you up.
Let's decide what that machine is called.
Okay.
I mean, it's not excavating.
It's not excavating. It's just, isn't it like refuse mover?
It's an excavator.
Yeah.
It's an excavator.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say, I feel like if you put signs up that said no licking, maybe it's just me, but I'd be kind of like, what are they hiding?
Well, that's true
Yeah.
because
Maybe
you're not
this is
allowed
good.
you're not allowed to take things because that's what they're doing.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They want to lick it all.
Yeah.
That's
And
true.
they don't want you to have licked it at all.
Yeah. Well, if they put that up, but they're not
Yeah.
putting that up.
That's true.
So,
So you have discovered something fun to do at the dump that
Yes.
is and it's good.
yeah. Yeah. And they're, they don't, like I said, they don't want you to. They will scoop you up, but guess what? There's trash inside the scoop, and you can lick that too.
That's true.
You can even lick the scoop.
You can lick the scoop.
Scoops touched a bunch of trash
Yep.
too.
Yep.
So you got that. It's kind of actually probably more efficient to just go lick the scoop.
Just get in the scoop right away.
Hey, guys,
Now what are you gonna do?
we all know where this is headed.
Your move, trash man. I'm in the scoop.
We all know where this is going.
Where's it going?
There, I'm gonna lick the scoop.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh
That's
yeah,
what
yeah.
you would
It's
say.
also kind of like ice cream in that way too.
Mhm. Yeah. Yep.
So you can say it in polite society.
Whenever I'm serving my family ice cream, I always lick the scoop.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm gonna lick this scoop.
Well, but also it's a scoop
Yeah.
of ice cream.
Right. That's
Yeah.
true too.
So you
means
lick
two.
that.
It
Man.
means two. It means two.
Mhm.
It means two.
It means two, baby. Like it takes two.
Yeah.
Okay. So now it's time for our SeinOpsis.
Now it's time to summarize the episode of Seinfeld. SeinOpsis.
So here we go with the SeinOpsis. This is where we summarize the episode of Seinfeld that we watched. This one was, again, episode 4, Male Unbonding. Let me set it up for us. Jerry has a friend named Joel Hornick who had a ping pong table. So they were friends when they were 10. They have nothing in common, but Joel still calls Jerry. So that's kind of the setup. One
Right.
thing I found irritating about this episode was that they never told us what happened to the ping pong table.
Yeah. They kind of start you off on that and they let it
Like,
go
okay.
quick.
Okay, so there's a ping pong table, and my question is, did Jerry stop? Did he lose interest in ping pong? Did something happen to the table? Like, how is it that is no longer the glue that's holding them
Right.
together?
Right.
Seems like if there was still a ping pong table in the mix, and if their attitudes about the ping pong table had remained roughly the same,
Right.
they would still be friends.
Yeah. Or at least Jerry would be happy about their friendship.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
Because the other guy is very happy about the friendship.
Right.
Without ping pong.
Right.
But Jerry, sorry, not George, Jerry.
Yeah.
He's unhappy about the friendship because of no ping pong and maybe how his attitude has changed about ping pong.
Yeah.
We do not know if Jerry is enjoying ping pong still.
It's again, one of the things that I find irritating here is sometimes is that they just don't answer these questions, and you're kind of watching the whole episode and you're thinking,
Yeah.
Mm,
You get
you
kind of
know,
hung up
could
on it.
we
can't get it out of my
deal
head.
with that a
Can't
little
get it out
bit?
of my head. These thoughts are bouncing around in my head like
Like ping pong balls.
Yeah.
Like ping pong balls.
Back and forth. Back and forth.
Like ping pong balls. Gabe, did you have something on that?
Well, I was just thinking that would have been really good counsel for Jerry or for Joel to receive in the episode is get a ping pong table.
Yep.
Get Jerry and Joel in the room.
Yes.
And kind of rekindle what made their relationship work.
Yeah, I'm envisioning like a scene where there's like a dark room with some low light, and then there's a ping pong table.
Yeah.
Or you don't see the ping pong table yet. It's just dark room, covered table. Joel's in there, and then Jerry walks in and he says, What's this about, Joel?
Yeah.
And then Joel rips off the ping pong.
Yeah.
Rips off the cover of the ping pong table. And
then
it's
he
like, ba-ba-na-na,
Oh, it's funny. Because the music I was thinking was Chariots of Fire, the theme from Chariots of Fire.
Oh, that's good too. Vangelis. R.I.P. Vangelis.
I was just going to say, I just saw that he died.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Blade Runner, Chariots of Fire.
That's all.
That's it. That's the only ones I know.
I mean, lots of other stuff.
What a weird, maybe I already talked about it on here, but I think it's weird that he did the soundtrack to Chariots of Fire.
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
It is cool.
Do you know?
Works,
do you know what? We used to listen to a Mennonite radio station.
What? That doesn't make sense.
WDAC in 94.5 in Pennsylvania, and I, for my birthday, called and requested the Vangelis. I or maybe sent in a letter, like, please on February 7th, play. And let's bleep that. Let's play. Can you please play Chariots of Fire? And they played a string quartet version instead, because they played it basically every night because the children were calling and requesting it. But it was extremely disappointing.
They were playing that song every night because kids wanted to play.
They wanted to hear
that. It's funny because I play it for my kids all the time.
Yeah.
Whenever we have a house that's set up in such a way that they can run in like a loop, and they love to run.
And whenever you have that string quartet at your house too, you can. They'll play it.
It's like the dentist office version of songs.
Right. Yeah. But it was really disappointing because I loved those corny synths.
Yep, are the best.
Yeah.
Okay. So moving on. Basically, we get a scene next where George has ruined his date because of floss. Or there's something else that it could have been. What was it? You guys remember?
Yes.
What was it? There was another option.
He also has a water pick in his pocket.
He has a water pick in his pocket.
He pulls out his wallet, and it's got floss and a water pick.
Yeah.
And like a whole thing of mouthwash.
Yeah. Yes. And so that was it. That was part of it. But then there's something else that he has too.
Was it the
pomade?
The fanny pack?
It was the fanny.
But it was full.
Jerry says maybe was it the floss or was it the fanny pack?
Right. I didn't even notice the fanny pack.
Yeah, the fanny pack. You didn't notice the fanny pack at all.
Until Jerry says that it looks like his belt ate of some food.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. No, that's okay. That's true. Go ahead and tell us that line.
He says, "Wow, George, it looks like your belt ate some food."
Okay, that's not what it said. Gabe, do you know what he actually says?
I actually missed that line, but
he says it looks like your belt is digesting a small animal.
Yes, right.
Now, I don't know about you, but I find that line to not be especially good.
I liked it, and then I also liked later on in the episode when George is wearing a backpack. Yeah, and George goes, "Wow, it looks like your jacket is digesting a slightly bigger animal,
a medium-sized animal."
Medium-sized animal.
Yeah,
and then I was like, "This is good. I like this because I like that he kind of led me into this other joke with the other joke, first joke.
That is good. That does make it pay off more, but I still think it's a weak line. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna do a little game called Jerk Store.
Wow.
Because we're going shopping for a line that can beat Jerry's joke here.
Okay.
So you'll each get 3 attempts at a better line.
I think I did one that was good.
Well, no, you didn't. It's for this. It's for the belt. It's
I
for the fanny
did say
pack,
it. I
not for a
said,
backpack.
Looks like your belt ate some food.
Oh, it looks like your belt is okay. Caleb has gone one where I'm looking for the correct answer. Gabe.
Oh, what?
There's a correct.
There's a correct answer. Gabe, go ahead.
Correct punch up.
Okay.
Man, I don't know.
It's
truly
gonna have to be faster than that. Gabe.
Okay, I have one.
Okay.
The only one I can come up with is a little,
Yeah, come on.
Okay.
It's what did you spend? It looks like your belt spent the night with, I don't know, suspenders or something, and now it's pregnant or something.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Looks like your belt spent
What's-
the night with suspenders is good.
I've never
that's
gendered.
good.
I've never gendered
Good.
my my pants.
Yeah.
What this suspending accessories.
No, but you're right, because women are hardly wearing suspenders, almost always wearing belts.
I mean,
If they wear them.
if they wear
yeah.
belts.
If they wear something to keep pants up, it's belts.
It's belts.
Yeah. Okay, mine was, wow, George, looks like your belt is not on a diet.
Okay. Gabe, back to you.
Wow, George, it looks like your belt has a lot of really nice extra storage, like is being used as like a good. It's very practical.
Caleb, back to you.
Wow, George, it looks like your belt should go on a diet.
Okay.
Like,
So the other one was, just so I can be clear, the other one was, it looks like your belt is not on a diet. This one was, looks like your belt should be on a diet. Okay.
right. Two different
Yeah,
kind of approaches.
Yeah, yeah.
Mainly
very
just
different.
in words, just using different words
Yeah, yeah.
for similar meaning. But
Right, right.
It looks like your belt got killed and thrown in the river and is bloated after
Oh.
days of bobbing around in the Hudson.
Ding, ding, ding. That's the right.
What?
That's the
Is
correct
that the
punch.
correct one? All
Yep.
right.
So
Wow,
now-
that's really lucky. We
That's
got it on the
insane.
last
yeah,
one.
yeah, you've really nailed it.
wow, I just thought mine were going to be okay.
No, I'm not saying.
How did you find the right answer?
Well, it's easy to find the right answer on the internet.
Okay.
I said, what is the right answer to this slide? And I found it.
That's cool. I wish I knew
George
that.
wants Jerry to break up with Joel. Jerry tells Joel that it's not working out. That happens. So he takes George's advice. They don't have anything in common. But then Joel starts crying. And Jerry gives in and promises Joel a ticket to the Knicks game.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, what should Jerry have done instead? And I've got options for this one.
Okay.
Okay. So this is multiple choice.
Can I
Okay.
add one in? Can I
Okay.
maybe
You-
throw
well,
some of my own
well,
options
well,
in there?
Okay.
That maybe you could.
I mean,
Okay.
they won't be right answers.
okay, that's true.
They can't
I
be
did-
right answers, but
forgot
but
about that.
but I do want to hear them.
Okay.
Okay. So Jerry should have told Joel that if he stops crying, he would show him a magic trick and then do the I got your nose trick.
Mhm.
B, given Joel the number to a therapist. Remember, he talks about how he's going to a therapist. He's going to whose therapist?
Geraldo's.
Geraldo,
Geraldo
and it's another famous
Charles Manson.
Close.
No.
Very close.
I don't remember.
Lenny Bruce.
Oh,
Oh
right.
right. How old is this therapist?
That's what I was trying to figure out. So B here is Jerry could have given Joel the number to a therapist whose famous client didn't die from drug addiction,
Okay.
which seems like not, to me,
Yeah.
seems like not a great.
That's a warning and not an endorsement.
Right. It's
Right.
like,
He
didn't work
was
out.
Lenny Bruce's
Right,
psychiatrist.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's how that should be
Was
said.
is Geraldo? Did he die of drugs?
No, he didn't.
Oh,
he's
not yet.
a very successful person.
On drugs.
Yeah,
He still
he's
does 'em, but
a
he
functional,
He hasn't died.
a
from
very
it
functional
yet.
drug
Doing
addict.
great.
Here's C. Jerry should have given Joel a picture of the Verrazano Bridge and then said, "No one can stop you if you're quick."
Oh.
And then D, given Joel George's old fanny pack to explain why the fanny pack never comes up again.
Okay. Okay. I actually like D.
I'm pretty sure it's D.
You
too.
think it's D?
I like
think
D
so.
because I think it
Okay.
ties so well in.
Before we find out what the right answer is,
Yeah.
I think that we should hear from Caleb about his idea for
Oh,
something that Jerry should have done.
Yeah, Jerry. Well,
This is going to be one of the wrong answers, right?
This is a wrong
Okay,
answer.
okay.
It can't be one of the right
Okay.
answers.
But still worth hearing.
Yeah.
So, one thing I thought he should do is look just to be funny.
Right.
Is look at the waitress and go, check, please.
Oh, just as soon as he says it?
Yeah. As soon as the guy is breaking down
Oh, yeah.
and sad. Check, please.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Lame, I know. But
Yeah.
it's something that would have been funny back
Yeah.
then.
No, it would have been.
Because not many people had made the joke yet.
Yeah. It was still very fresh.
So it
Yeah.
would have been fresh.
Yeah.
And he could have been, or another thing that Jerry could have done.
I can see why that's one of the wrong answers.
It doesn't seem like a right answer. I know.
Yeah.
I know. But the other thing that
Well,
he
it
could have
definitely
done
seems
is,
like it's probably one of the wrong answers.
well, we know, like I said, it does make sense that what I'm suggesting are wrong answers.
Right, right.
But then the next
As
thing that he
long
could
as we're all on the same page.
we all
about that.
That there's
understand
no way
these are
that
not
these could
good
not be
solutions.
right answers.
Yes, these are
Right,
not good
right.
solutions.
Yeah.
But he could have just after so the guy says what? He says
He starts crying.
He starts crying. Jerry
He
could have just
goes,
started
"You're the
crying
only
too.
guy I talked to."
Mm.
Jerry could have just started crying too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. But it doesn't It
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. It's not
So
good.
the correct answer is F. Jerry just could have started crying too.
Whoa.
Look at that. It was worth talking about those answers.
It turns out that was the right answer.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And just as a little note, when I was writing those answers, I had to Google popular NYC suicide bridge. And that was very helpful.
I'm surprised you had to Google
Verrazano
that.
Bridge. Hey, that's good to know.
Exactly. Good to keep in your back pocket. They were down and out in
Hey,
New York
and
City.
There is
anyone out
no
there-
better bridge to
If
jump
anyone
off
out
of.
there lives in New York City and has their apartment is full of Funko Pops,
Mhm.
Yeah.
just saying,
Yeah. Verrazano Bridge.
don't go to the Verrazano Bridge
It-
yet.
Yeah. No. Send us a letter or an email about how you made it so far.
Yes.
But I think we should get Gabe's joke clean because
sorry.
he kind
I
of
didn't hear
stepped
it.
on it. No, that's okay.
No, it's,
No. Let's get it. It's good. Good. Go ahead.
well, I just said there is a no better bridge to jump off of in New York.
That's good.
It's
That's
excellent.
good.
It's
Yeah,
excellent.
you kind of have to totally just ruin the pronunciation of Verrazano, but there you
That's
go.
not that bad.
I like it. I
Old
like
ham
it.
fist over here.
Jerry breaks it to George that he had to give away his ticket to the Knicks. George complains, and then Jerry decides not to go to the game either. I thought this was a funny thing because it's almost exactly the situation that the dynamic that they run into in
Right.
the other episode.
They're just rehashing
They're just
it.
using the same thing where if George won't do something, then
Mhm.
Jerry, like if there's
Yeah.
an impasse, Jerry just like,
But this
gives
time they
up.
don't resort to money,
yes, right.
flipping
Or
coins.
or
what
choosing.
is it called?
Choose.
Choose.
Choose?
We'll choose for it.
Choose?
That's what it's
choose.
called. Choose.
And you throw like a number in it.
Yeah. And
I actually don't.
somebody takes odds, somebody takes evens, and you can only do one or. I think you can do nothing or a 1 or a 2.
I don't
And
know
what
anything.
beats what?
So if your odds, and you do a 2 and they do a 2,
Oh, I see.
then they win because it's evens.
Evens.
Gotcha.
I think that's how it works. I'm not exactly clear.
Wow.
Anyway,
Let's actually
I-
really spend some time on this.
we should dig into it. We're the guys on our Patreon. We're going to do a bonus episode
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
we figure out
Where we
exactly.
figure out how to
Bonus
do
series.
choose.
Yeah,
A whole series on it.
Several hour-long episodes.
I was thinking though in the bank when Jerry tells
Hmm.
George it's right before. I can't remember exactly what Jerry says, but it's a joke.
Yeah.
He's a comedian, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
But what is the joke there? I actually
He
can't
says,
remember.
You're very funny.
Yeah, and then George says he's very funny, and I thought that was just nice.
Yeah, I like that too because it seems sincere in the
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
It seems like he's like, That's funny. You're a very funny man.
Oh, that's really.
Yeah.
He said, hey, that's very
And
funny.
It's like a funny-ish joke.
Yeah,
I forget what it is.
I can't remember.
I totally spaced.
It is a funny joke,
It was funny.
and
What are they talking about?
I guess that's kind of the nice thing about George.
Oh, he says it's about he goes, this guy took all of his change,
Yes.
and he went on vacation. And Jerry goes, where did he go? The arcade.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it
That's
is.
very
That is
good.
good.
because that's where
But
you
it's
would
one
go.
of those
Yeah,
clever.
That is where you would go.
That's
well,
where
I
you
was
would go.
wondering about this.
'Cause it's
Is
change.
which arcade, right?
Yeah.
Because you
No.
could go very far away and have to. The change would
Oh.
actually not come into play at all.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Thank
but-
you for ruining that joke for me, because now that's all I can think about.
Yeah, just the logistics.
Is
Yeah.
the logistics. So Jerry decides not to go to the game either. Jerry then makes up a bunch of excuses to use on Joel. Sorry, Caleb.
no. Sorry, no. I
yeah.
was.
Oh,
I was
gee,
just, I was
Caleb.
actually just
Sorry.
taking
No, no.
a big gulp of
I'm
air. I do
sorry.
that sometimes. Usually near the end of the evening, I'd start taking big gulps of air.
Are you're storing up for when you sleep and you don't breathe? That's what yawning is.
I go.
That's how yawns work.
It's
I'm
kind of
just
like
keeping
mini
it-
hibernation, but you're not actually breathing while you're.
Not everyone does it,
Yeah.
but I do tend to do it, and it's not because I'm bored or tired. It's just because I'm gotta start doing
You gotta
it.
You gotta start doing it, or that's a
I
short
might
night
die.
of sleep.
Yeah, or I might die.
Yep. So then Kramer ends up going to the game with Joel. Joel and Kramer share an important bond. There are two things that they have in common. Do you know what those two things are? Do you remember?
They are making a one thing that they love is Kramer's idea
Mhm.
for you make your own pizza.
Yes.
And so they like that.
That's one thing that they have in common. What's
And
the other thing?
you, Gabe, the other thing that they have in common?
They
that's
both
from you?
annoy Jerry.
Well, that's true too. So there are actually three things.
Okay.
That they have in common.
The other thing they have in common
And that was the
is
correct answer. The
That
third.
is the correct answer. That's the correct third one.
Okay.
the hair, the similar
Yes.
hair.
Yep. There are four things.
Okay.
They don't actually have
Wow.
similar hair though.
They have hair.
They both have hair. That's true.
Their hair is,
And it is roughly the same color. They're brown.
It's-
Brown haired.
yeah. Joel's hair is kind of getting scared and running away.
Yeah.
But Kramer's hair
Cowards.
is fierce and
Kramer's hair is very scared and
is scared.
it's trying to get away
stiff.
from his head.
Not stiff. I wouldn't say stiff. It's
Well, okay.
frizzy,
but-
scared frizzy.
You don't think
what I would say.
you don't think frizzy hair is stiff?
No,
Let's-
it's
I think
bouncy.
there's
It's
no
bouncy.
stiffer hair than frizzy hair.
It's bouncy.
This is way above my pay grade, guys. Like, honestly.
Yeah. Well, we're just gonna have to agree to disagree.
Okay.
If I'm not going to talk about
But-
beer with a guy at the co-op, I'm not talking about
Definitely
hair.
not talking about
Yeah.
this.
No.
Okay, but there's one thing that we missed that draws them together. That's a bond that Joel and Kramer really share. Remember what it is?
No.
They're at
It's
the basketball.
basketball.
They're at the basketball game, and they're very excited. Kramer says it for them, but we can assume that they both like it a lot. They're both getting splashed with sweat by
Oh, yes.
Right.
Yes.
by the basketball players.
That
Kramer
is cool too.
is into it.
This also-
that's similar to me too, though.
Yeah.
Well, but
You,
this,
you like that too?
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting because it seemed to inspire a bit of jealousy from Jerry. And Jerry was like, oh man, I'm missing
Yeah.
out on that sweet basketball player's sweat getting splashed on me in the second row.
I mean, I wouldn't. Those are famous guys.
Yeah. No, it's great. It's high quality.
Famous sweat.
High quality sweat. So that does bring us basically to the end of the episode. We kind of at the end, Elaine and Jerry are going back and forth and giving Joel a bunch of excuses why they can't do things on various nights. And then that's the end of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, what did you think about this episode? We're not doing our final thoughts right now. We're
Okay.
just
Oh,
going to
shit.
tie up sort of this
Well,
segment.
there was one thing we skipped over, which
Okay.
was that at the beginning of the episode, Jerry jokes about men,
Mhm.
and really the only thing that they want to talk about
Yes.
is sports or women.
Or women.
And other than that, there's not much to talk
What
about.
would they talk about if they didn't have those two things? To
They
talk
would
about?
just say hi.
Nope.
What's in the refrigerator?
what's in the
refrigerator? Right. Well, I assume they would say hi, and then
they would say
yes.
yes.
That's
That's
what I
true.
was.
But
That's not Jerry's. That's not Jerry's opinion.
No.
but,
No,
but
that's okay.
an interesting.
He's
take.
you infer the high.
Yeah.
But so what I was thinking was this is something I run into frequently for me, and something that I found can be very exhilarating for men is to talk about women's sports.
That's true.
So
Combine them both.
And then you're like, whoa, what's going on?
Now that's
you
a
actually
topic.
go, wow,
Yeah.
I don't even know
Yeah.
what to do now.
Yeah.
And so I do frequently bring up Mia Hamm. And so people have been like, you should maybe think about doing newer ones.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought maybe they said, no, you a ham.
Right. Well, that's part of my thing.
yeah.
Is I go Mia Hamm, and they go, we know
Right.
that. And I said, no, the soccer woman.
Yeah.
And so then they go, oh, right. Or wait, are we about to talk about women's sports? And I go, you betcha, dude.
Yeah.
And then they know
Yeah.
they're in for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, but so I was trying to think of a more recent thing to use for this. Sorry, this is going on, but
Sorry that this is going on.
Yeah,
Are you apologizing?
It's longer than I thought that it might be, but I was thinking
It's only been 3 minutes.
we could use the very fast swimming girl.
Yes.
And
Yes.
maybe I could use her for women's sports
Yes.
reference now.
Liam Thomas.
Yes, Leah Thomas.
Oh, yes.
Right? Or yes, Leah
Yeah.
Thomas, fast swimming girl who's breaking so many records, and I could bring that up, and then we could talk about women's
And then we
sports.
would finally have. Oh, wait, wow, you are.
I'm getting rid of the stuff.
Yeah. You're getting rid of.
I had tears on my face.
Oh,
I'm just getting
is
rid
that
of.
stuff from the bidet?
I don't know.
Is that some of the stuff that was.
I don't know.
Okay.
A lot of the stuff did get in,
Mhm.
but
You
Yeah.
should take the bidet off of your toilet, I think.
Yeah.
well, we'll see.
Okay.
Okay.
It is kind of uncomfortable to sit here without the bidet. But
You could just to think of what you could be doing.
how I could feel, because it does feel quite different without it.
Yeah.
You could talk about Hope Solo.
Hope
also.
Solo.
Hope Solo.
Hope Solo.
Hope Solo.
Hope Solo?
Hope Solo.
Yeah, Hope Solo from the USWNT,
Oh wow.
What's that?
from the US women's national team.
Oh,
She's
not like
I
Han
think she
Solo. I
assaulted
thought
somebody or something.
Okay.
Okay.
She's crazy.
That's cool though.
So you could talk
So-
about her.
She's aggressive.
Oh yeah, she's got a good hustle.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So that's not Han Solo's daughter?
Nope.
Okay.
Hope Solo.
Hope Solo.
Hope Solo.
So Gabe, anything else that you would like to bring up from this episode?
I just thought it was fun to see Jerry Seinfeld talk about tools in a really authoritative way, in a way that really
showed that he
knew what he was talking about, and he at one point mentioned steel girders.
Yes.
And I thought that was funny.
Yes.
But I also enjoyed George's pantomime of the Japanese ritual suicide act of seppuku.
Is it seppuku or harikari?
I looked it up.
It is seppuku.
So harikari is the actual action,
Mhm.
but seppuku is the ritual.
Yeah.
okay.
That's what
okay.
I found in my very
So
brief research.
So he might not be doing the whole thing though.
It's true, but
And so he's doing
it's just a
harikari. So you
really
were wrong.
quick pantomime, which I thought was just really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Jerry's closing bit kind of pissed me off, actually,
Yeah.
because he's talking about avoiding people that he doesn't want to hang out
Right.
with. And it kind of, it just smacked like, oh, must be nice, you
Yeah.
know, like, oh, all these people calling me and trying to like get in touch with me
Right.
and trying to hang out with me.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, sorry that, you're so popular and people want to spend time with you and everything. It kind of pissed me off.
So that's
Yes.
not happening to you.
No, it's definitely not happening to
not
me.
happening to me either.
Really?
Nobody ever. Well, like even with Jerry, like it's a one-sided relationship.
And it was, that's
I've
kind of,
noticed that with
I
him.
think it felt like it really hit me hard. And I think it's because like I can feel that with him sometimes.
Totally.
So it was a little too close
That
to
you're
home.
sitting there
And I didn't like that.
it's like he's like the late night host.
Yeah.
He said.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there.
We're all out of time.
We're out of time. If only, and you can see that he wants to say that to you.
It's like that all the time until he needs to get out of town, and then he calls
And
me
then
the
he calls
first
you up.
thing, and he says, "Come babysit my family."
Babysit my family for me. Guys, it's time for our listener, viewer, mail segment.
Yeah,
Listener and viewer. Mail
Wait,
segment
backwards.
called, I said listener, and I said viewer.
And then I did it
Oh,
again.
you-
And I
okay,
did it the
okay.
wrong way. So
Okay.
viewer, listener.
Okay, let's cut that out.
Yeah, but leave some of this. In. Cut out a part of it, and then but then
make it
leave.
impossible. So this segment is called "The Mail Never
Mail
Stops."
never stops, Jerry. The mail never stops, Jerry.
Okay, and we have one letter this week.
Just one?
Don't even before you begin this. If it's from Jick Tarwell, we'll just not have a letter this week.
It's from Jick Tarwell.
All right.
So let's just.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Yep.
And
I feel like we should read it because he
Josh.
does. It's here. Let's just listen.
Okay. This is the last time, though.
Jick Tarwell from Bastard, Kentucky says, "I've only just been making kidding jokes to you."
oh,
Okay. The inspiration of the funny show taught me the way to do it. I love to cause laughing.
Okay.
Me and Joel Hornick have a bull's bag in common because it is so full of the same.
Wait, what? What is
Must-
that a saying you know?
Not one that I
Bull's
know.
bag?
A bull's bag. I don't know. One time I did stay at a lake house and they had a bull's scrotum bag hanging on the wall.
okay.
It's like you go to Mexico, I guess you can get these.
yeah.
That sounds cool.
They just have so
By the
many.
way,
Yes,
I have
they're just giving them
They
away.
just
I
have so
have
many of them.
something about that, but go ahead.
Okay. So because it is so full of the same, he says. So I guess he identifies with Joel Hornick.
Okay.
The friend that he likes hates him, and that is the scratch card that life has also sold me.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm so sorry, Jake.
Yeah. I mean, that kind of made me.
It seems like he's like almost not, for one, does not seem like he speaks English first. His first speaking is English.
Right.
That's okay. He might know another language and
Yeah.
be
That would be fine,
proficient
but
in
then it
another
seems
language.
like it's weird. It's kind of poetic in a weird, it's almost like a weird
It's not what you would think of as like a backwoods.
Right.
pigeon English.
Yeah,
or
I don't know.
something.
I don't know what it is.
It's strange.
So he said, but okay. Then
But
he
it-
said, okay, go
well,
ahead.
I
So-
just thought it was cool that he felt inspired
yes.
by the show to be
Yes.
funny, to make laughing,
Yeah.
to create.
He's to cause. I
Cause
love to
laughing.
cause
Cause
laughing.
Cause
Yeah.
laughing.
The inspiration of the funny show taught me the way to do it. He
Yeah.
says.
Okay.
Um,
Well, that's
to,
cool.
To
Keep
make
it.
kidding jokes. So yeah, I'm not sure if he's talking about Seinfeld or our show.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
I'll just take it as our show.
Yeah. So
yeah.
okay. He says, did the Josh one say the other week that the quote from Kramer went like, "Now I'm driving the fire truck"? Because that is not right. It is the bus
Oh,
that the man who is Kramer has driven.
okay.
I guess that's a correction.
Okay.
Wow, our
'Cause
first
I did-
correction.
I did say, when I do a quote, sometimes I just do "these pretzels are making me thirsty," but sometimes
Right.
I do a different
A
one.
different one, yeah.
And I said, "Now I'm driving the fire truck."
I did notice, and I was like, I thought I don't remember
No,
a part in the
That's
show
not
where they're
that's not
driving
right.
a fire truck.
That's not right. It's Kramer says, "Now I'm driving the bus."
And he
That's
is.
the famous. It's a famous quote, and he
is doing
he was
that.
driving the bus, and so
Wait, can I see that again?
I've got to hand it to what I'm driving.
Yeah.
Now I'm driving
The big wheel.
Right.
For
and
the
you wouldn't
listeners.
drive. That is not how you would drive a fire truck.
Well, actually, I think maybe that's what did it for me, because you do, like, you
Yeah.
stand up.
You
like,
stand up?
Well, there's two on
Right.
long fire trucks. There's 2 points
What about on short ones?
of driving. Well, how do you think the short ones work? There's one,
Okay.
but on the long ones, the
Uh-huh.
back end has its own steering.
I thought they
Oh,
had
the
and so
back end.
you stand up. What's that?
I thought they had 4 drivers on the short ones.
On the short ones, they have even more
Yeah, I thought they had 4, one for each wheel.
Okay.
They're very coordinated.
Because
Well, that's why they.
I see. It's a short bus joke.
Yeah.
Oh no,
So
it wasn't.
Not even the driver is all
Yeah.
there.
No,
So you need a driver for each wheel now.
Yeah.
no, I wasn't making a joke about that.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess the point here is that, we've been hard on Jick, and I kind of feel for him. And also he got me kind of dead to rights there. So
Yeah, it does shake me at my core about believing you and trusting you that you're
and I'm
doing it right.
getting any of this right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean,
Because if Jick noticed that, then that's.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I kind of when I think of Jick and I think of like bastard,
Yeah.
I kind of think like it's him and a bunch of animals all
Yeah.
hanging out. It kind of is
Yeah.
like it's not the real
Right.
world necessarily, just because I don't know how you function as
Right.
like Jick Tarwell in Bastard, Kentucky.
Right.
Like what, are all of your friends just like
a swan.
Raccoons.
or a swan or a
Yeah.
raccoon
Yeah.
or even I don't know, a duck
A duck or,
or
a pig.
possum
Yeah.
Or like
or something.
Probably
or like
mostly
a-
possums.
Yeah.
like a different kind of raccoon.
Yeah, like a
Large raccoon.
maybe like
small
a
raccoon.
fox or like a heron.
Yeah. A family of raccoons.
A raccoon that kind of looks like a badger.
Yeah. Yeah, a badger that is pretending to be a raccoon.
One of those Japanese raccoons.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
That reminds me.
Yeah. I
You know what I'm going to talk about?
I do know exactly what you're going to talk about.
Do you want to talk about it?
Nope.
Okay.
But it does tie back to the bull thing.
It does.
Yeah.
It's so perfect.
It is perfect.
wow.
But I
So
think it's kind of perfect to avoid it.
Okay, true.
I love that.
Guys,
Yes.
that's it for that segment, The Mail Never Stops, Jerry. And that's it for the show. We need to do some final thoughts wrapping up here.
Yeah.
And basically, my thoughts are that I like to see this side of the show where they're getting into relationships. They're, it's kind of a classic Seinfeld thing to take like, standard male relationship and then recast it in like, this little game of a guy breaking up with a guy. That's like a fun thing.
Totally.
Yeah.
That they're good at manipulating those little kind of relationships between people. But I did really dislike Joel Hornick.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I didn't like him, and I was didn't understand why he and Jerry would be friends when there's no ping pong table,
Yeah.
Right.
and
involved.
and it would have been really nice just to see that kind of tied
This
See that
is
scene.
that's
we
that's
talked
what
about.
up. At least one scene.
that's what I feel like is my kind of main thing with the episode is
Yeah.
it's got a lot going for it. It's got a lot of fun,
Yeah.
good moments in there. But ultimately, if I think, later on in the show, there's going to, in subsequent episodes, there's going to be a lot of this ping pong table stuff is going to come back in and be important to the show.
Right.
But something tells me that that's not going to happen.
No.
Yeah.
And so why even get your hopes up?
Yeah.
Why even start with this episode? Like,
Yeah.
why even watch this episode?
Yeah.
Why watch the episode?
Right.
This episode for me, Caleb, I don't know what your thoughts are.
Well, so if you remember last week, I did say that I was going to hold off judgment. I kind of prejudged last week as skippable.
To see if it paid off.
To see if it paid off this week.
Yeah.
And what I actually found out is that last week is skippable
Okay.
because, like you said, it's kind of rehashing this
Mhm.
idea of Jerry and George
Yeah.
So if you missed last week, then this is not more of the same,
Right.
but it's new.
Yeah.
And so that's cool. And so you can skip the third episode
Yeah.
that we watched last week, The Apartment.
So are you deferring
So
this
no,
week too?
I'll go ahead and
Okay.
talk about this week because
Okay.
that is just
Yeah.
maybe. No, I'll go ahead. I
Yeah.
have some stuff to say. I feel like this week I did kind of get a sense of what was happening here. But
Yeah.
like you're saying about ping pong, that is bothersome to me.
Yeah.
And then also George is just never wearing a
fanny pack
again. And then, you know, the last
Right.
part when that last scene, the after credits scene that you see with
Mhm.
George is carrying a big luggage around,
Right.
and Jerry goes, "Oh, looks like your bag, looks like your wallet,
Looks like your
maybe
tote
had a
bag.
huge,
Oh, sorry.
maybe
I thought
your
it was-
wallet went to Old Country Buffet."
Yeah.
He says that.
Yeah.
Well, but there's also he does a couple right at the end.
Right. There's he's carrying a suitcase and he goes, "Oh, looks like your wallet." And
Went to Old Country Buffet.
there are people standing around and they're kind of
They're like, "Does that mean he's rich?"
they're reacting to it. It's like, "Oh, your wallet became so big that you're carrying it."
hmm
Like,
I like that joke. I thought that was
Yeah.
funny.
yeah. But then there was
No,
the
he says that. What is you? Sorry, you say it. You say it.
yeah. No, he says looks like
Your
your
tote bag is.
looks like your.
Sorry, you say it. You say it.
Do you want me to say it?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
okay.
I'm
No, it's
excited
alright.
about the joke. I just,
No, it's a good joke. Looks like your tote bag has been eating bags of cement.
Yeah.
It's such a tight.
Okay, let me just get rid of
It
these.
makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, get rid of some of those tears. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to get in the way of you surviving the night.
Yes.
Caleb's got to stock up on air for the night.
And that's where I'll have to leave it, guys. This episode, for me, ultimately skippable.
Skippable.
Yes, I think it's skippable.
Definitely.
That's the end of the show, guys. Across the board, you can find us as Everybody Loves Seinfeld, 1S. That's on, say, your YouTube and your Twitter and Instagram. Check us out there. We're looking for advertisers, so feel free to drop us a line.
And remember, if enough advertisers get joined, and no one has to see any of the show.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Yep, we will.
That's right.
You can prevent us from releasing any more episodes.
So
So,
we'll release them, but it will just. Sorry,
oh, well, what's that?
they'll just ads will play over. Top
Oh,
of
that's right.
everything.
That's right. It'll
Yes.
just be ads. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I forgot what that was. So that's it. And please, if you, oh gosh, just falling apart. Okay. We've got YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube. We've got, we're going to be releasing audio only version on podcast platforms. So go get on both of those. Let's rack up the subscribers. Let's do it right. Thanks very much. We'll see you next time. Bye, Jerry.
Bye, Jerry.
Bye, Jerry.